Sometimes the best camera is the one that you have on you. And today we're gonna talk about a tool that's gonna elevate your phone footage. This is the DJI Osmo Mobile 7P, and this is the DJI Osmo Mobile 7. And these are 3-axis gimbals that are gonna stabilize your phone footage to make your videos look so much more professional. And the Mobile 7P comes with a brand new feature. This is the multi-function module, which will allow you to do intelligent tracking as well as work as a wireless receiver for your DJI Mic Mini. Now, in this video, we're mostly gonna be talking about the Mobile 7P as it has more features, and I personally think it's the more interesting of the two gimbals, but at the end of the video, we will compare the 7P to the 7 to see which one is right for you. And before we dive into the rest of the video, I wanted to say thank you to DJI for sponsoring this video. All right, let's get right into it. So let's start off with an overview of what a gimbal is. This is a 3-axis stabilizer, meaning that it can stabilize in 3 different directions. The pan axis right here, tilt axis, as well as the roll axis. Now, the one axis this can't stabilize in is gonna be the Z axis or the up and down axis. So remember that when you're trying to get your smooth gimbal shots, that you're doing your little gimbal walk and making sure that it doesn't bounce up and down. Modern smartphone cameras like the iPhone 16 Pro Max already have really incredible digital stabilization to give you those smooth shots. But in combination with a physical gimbal like the OM7P, you can really take it to the next level and get some incredibly smooth results. All right, now let's talk about how to set this gimbal up and all the features that are in this thing. First of all, you'll want to attach the phone clamp to your phone. Make sure it's centered vertically and horizontally so it's properly balanced for the gimbal. Now you can magnetically attach the mount to the gimbal arm itself, and to turn on the gimbal, all you have to do is unfold the gimbal arm. And just like that, your gimbal is basically ready to go. So let's talk about the physical design and all the controls next. First of all, you have a screen that's going to show you your Bluetooth connection status, your battery level, and which gimbal mode you're currently in. Next, you'll see the M button. Pressing it once will switch gimbal modes, while pressing it 3 times will put the gimbal in standby mode, and pressing and holding it will turn the gimbal off. Under that, you have a record button. Pressing it once will take a photo or start and stop recording, depending on if you're in photo or video mode, and pressing it twice will let you take a photo while recording. Then you've got the switch button. Pressing it once will switch between the front and rear cameras on your phone. Pressing it twice will rotate the gimbal between landscape and portrait mode, and pressing it 3 times will switch between photo and video mode. To the left of that, you have a joystick for manually controlling your gimbal movements. On the side, you'll find a wheel which will let you control the zoom or focus of your phone camera, and it'll also let you control some functionalities of the multi-function module, but we'll talk about that later. And finally, on the back, you have the trigger. Pressing it twice will recenter the gimbal, letting you reset your positioning, and pressing it 3 times will rotate the camera around 180 degrees, letting you go into selfie mode. You can also extend the head of the gimbal with the built-in extension rod for vlogging or to get those extra low-angle shots. There's also a built-in tripod, so you can set the gimbal down on the ground or on a table for stationary shots. The gimbal also has an internal battery that can last up to 10 hours, and it can even be used to charge your phone. All right, now let's talk about the most game-changing feature of the Osmo Mobile 7P, and that's gonna be the multifunctional module with intelligent tracking. This little module has a camera on it, and you can magnetically attach it to the gimbal. With it attached and paired, you can now use it to have the camera automatically track you throughout a scene. Okay, I just started recording using the peace sign hand gesture. Obviously, I'm not gonna show you that hand gesture, otherwise we're gonna stop recording. But now, as you can tell, this is a static frame. And now I can use my open palm hand gesture to tell the camera to start tracking me. And now it's gonna try to keep me centered in frame, adding movement to what used to be a really stationary shot. And let's say I don't want to be centered in frame. All I have to do is use the double L hand gesture right there. That's gonna tell the camera, hey, pause for a second, I need to reframe. Then I'm gonna do the double L hand gesture again. And now, the camera is gonna keep tracking me, but keep me at that part of the frame. So since I restarted at the right side of frame, it's gonna keep me on that right side of the frame. And if I ever wanted to stop, I'll just use the open palm hand gesture. We're gonna go back to a static shot. And there you go. That was a little demo of the intelligent tracking module. Super useful, super fun to use. Peace. You can also track a subject by single pressing the trigger on the gimbal, which is super useful for when you're behind the gimbal and trying to track a subject without them having to use the gesture controls. And here's a fun little bonus. The multifunction module also has a fill light built in, which you can turn on and off by pressing and holding that side wheel. You can even control the brightness and color temperature using that side wheel as well. What I really like about this whole setup is that you can use just about any camera app you prefer. That means you can actually use the native Apple camera app and still use just about all the features from the OM7P, like Active Track and using the DJI Mic Minis. And of course, if you want maximum features, then DJI's own Mimo app is the perfect companion, since it will have things like shot guides to help you come up with some cool video ideas, one-tap editing functionality, and access to all of the gimbal settings. Now, the difference between the Osmo Mobile 7 and the Osmo Mobile 7P is that the 7P has that intelligent tracking module that can also act as a microphone receiver. If you're just rocking the OM7 though, then you're not gonna have that receiver, which means you're gonna want to use the DJI Mic Mini's receiver. And there's this attachment here that you can put on that's gonna be either USB-C or Lightning, which lets you plug directly into your phone. And now you'll get audio transmission from your Mic Mini to your phone. Now, if you have the Osmo Mobile 7P instead, you can actually plug a USB-C cable into that intelligent tracking module, and then from there you can connect to your phone with either the included USB-C to USB-C or USB-C to Lightning cable. And with this setup here, the DJI Mic Mini is going to transmit to that intelligent tracking module, which is then connected to your phone, so you'll get DJI Mic Mini audio straight to your phone. And the Mic Minis are designed very similarly to the Mic 2s. You've got a little transmitter here, you've got a little wind muff, and of course you have this little magnetic backing here. And you can very easily mount it to a shirt with that magnet. I love this thing. So let's do a little bit of a vlogging and walking test. Right now we're recording on the iPhone 16 Pro Max mounted on the DJI Osmo Mobile 7P with the intelligent module tracking my face right now, and the DJI Mic Mini recording the audio. So currently the OM7P is fully extended in the selfie stick mode. I'm on the 1X camera on the iPhone 16 Pro, and this is what, you know, like a casual use case with this gimbal will look like. I'm not trying to ninja walk, I'm not trying to get the absolute best, most stable footage possible. I'm just using it as if I would use this if I brought this with me on vacation or was just going out with friends and family. This is about how stable the footage would look. And I'm curious because obviously the iPhone itself also has really good digital stabilization. So I think with the two of them combined, this footage should feel extremely floaty. And just for some fun reference, this is what it would look like on a high angle pointed downwards. And then this is what it would look like if I want to do something like a low angle looking up at the sky, that kind of recording shot. Now it should be recording on the 0.5x camera. So this is what the smoothness of the shot would look like, the field of view would look like with an iPhone 16 Pro Max paired up with the OM7P. This is the field of view you would be expecting to get out of the camera. Again, I looked at a few preview shots. They looked really solid in terms of stability performance, and using it, you know, from a user experience perspective, this is a really sleek and easy thing to use on the go. And I would definitely pack this with me in a camera bag any day of the week because it's super lightweight, it's super convenient to use. I just learned that pressing the Bluetooth pairing button on your Mic Mini actually triggers the start-stop recording on your phone. That is a super clever feature. All right, anyways, now we're gonna do a range or distance test with the DJI Mic Mini paired to the intelligent tracking module on the Osmo Mobile 7 to see how far you can get away from your phone while recording and still get audio. Now, right now I'm maintaining a line of sight with the camera, so it should sound okay, it shouldn't drop out, but I'm about 20 feet away. I'm gonna turn my back, I'm gonna keep yapping, and I'm gonna walk away from the camera until I get to close to about 100 feet away. Let's keep if that line of sight made a big difference. I guess yes. To do this test, I just gotta keep yapping, but if you know me or have met me in real life, then you know that I'm the king of yapping, and I could probably talk nonstop all day without breathing. I'd probably be great on the in Congress. I could filibuster all day long. Don't even get me started about the current political environment. Actually, I don't want to talk about that.
What I do want to talk about is, how are you guys doing? Let me know in the comment section down below on what you're looking forward to in this year. Anyways, that was the DJI Mic Mini range test, and we're gonna stop recording not by pressing the button on the Mic Mini, but instead we're gonna use the gesture control to the intelligent tracking module. That's the peace sign.
All right, so let's take a look at the price of these two gimbals and what they come with. The base model Osmo Mobile 7 is priced at $89, while the Osmo Mobile 7P is priced at $149. And DJI also sells a combo kit of the 7P that includes a DJI Mic Mini transmitter for $208. The main difference between the 7 and the 7P is that the 7P has the built-in extension rod. On top of that, the 7P comes with the multifunctional module with intelligent tracking in the box, while the 7 doesn't have it included, but it does still support it if you want to pick one up down the line. Other than that though, they're very similar. Personally, I think the 7P is a very interesting offer, and that's because that built-in extension rod shockingly got a lot of use out of me for vlogging and for getting low-angled shots. On top of that, that intelligent tracking module, I'm just really gonna get a lot of use out of. And honestly, the $208 package that includes the DJI Mic Mini transmitter feels like a really good deal as well, because the audio quality that comes out of it sounds really good. And as we know, audio is as important, if not more important, than good looking footage. At the same time though, the DJI Osmo Mobile 7 is a fantastic little gimbal with the same stabilization performance as the 7P, but for under $100, making it a very value-friendly offer. Either of these gimbals are going to be great for beginners and pros alike who want to shoot more content with their phone. Whether you just want to upgrade the look of your BTS footage, or you want to practice videography and cinematography with the camera that you already own, this gimbal is a great way to step up your mobile footage. If you're interested in checking out either of these gimbals, links will be in the description down below. All right, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more content on the latest camera gear news, make sure to get subscribed. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.